Oh, turning this on would probably be a good idea, wouldn't it? There we go. Oh, that's a bit bright. There we go. Okay. How's it going, guys? Let's see what we're doing here. Okay, so the topic, the title of this live stream, as it were, is probably not the most revealing. Shut up. Thank you. But right, it's not the most revealing overall, because it is just the end of a day, which is not usually a time that I end up on here, be it either posting videos or otherwise. But ultimately, I've talked to you guys in other videos, I mentioned it a few times, about new opportunities, changing situations, and some of the other stuff that is going on. And whilst I can't go necessarily into specifics on certain things due to policies, due to privacy, due to data protection, due to all kinds of other things like that, what I can say is that now, in addition to what I'm doing, there is also another thing that I am doing, loosely tied into the coaching side of things, but otherwise, you know, for the most part, built out from that, in regards to just a way to develop some stability for myself, considering that there have been some very rocky ups and downs that, again, I've mentioned to you guys, where certain companies I've been working with have screwed me over, certain companies that I've been kind of pitching to have disappeared, and in regards to certain other groups whose services I've been using, they have spun round, like completely turned on their heel and thrown it back in my face, which wasn't most appreciated. But as a result, there's some other stuff that I'm doing now, which is going to take up a fair amount of my time. Now, excuse me, I'm a bit dry. Now, what that's going to mean in, at the very least, the short term for me, is that because I'm having to get into this role, I'm having to adjust, I'm having to sort out my schedule and build out my working practices and things around that, in terms of just generally running my my business and how it interacts with this other thing that I'm doing now. In terms of my workflow, creating videos for you guys, the stuff that has been on the back burner for a long time because I've been juggling so many other things, like oh, are we broken? Are we broken? Are we broken? We don't seem to be broken. So I don't know why YouTube is telling me that we're broken. Stream health. Stream health is excellent. What's wrong with you, YouTube? Okay, well, I'm just gonna keep going. But yeah, ultimately, the way that this is all going to pan out now is that because I've now got this level of extra security, it's also going to take up an amount of my time in regards to just getting settled into this new rhythm. Because I'm going to have to learn some stuff. They're going to have to, the people that I am now working and engaging with are going to have to kind of bear with me in certain regards. But then at the same time, it's all going to be fine. It's all going to go well on that front, at least as far as I can see at the moment. But as said, it's going to take up time and take my time away from the stuff that I'm doing, running my business, hunting for other clients, dealing with the clients I already have, dealing with you guys and creating content for you guys, which is something that I very much enjoy, especially from some of the discussions we've had, some of the great feedback I've had, some of the really nice comments I've had, even some of the not so nice comments that I've had have been fun to receive, should we say. Oh, excuse me. But as a result, though, the next few things that I need to sort out, which may affect you guys, is that kind of like last week, where again, with stuff going on, Halloween rumbling around, me being out of the area away from my desk to go see Hannah, this new opportunity and the build up to it, it kind of left me without any time to get stuff done. So the other week we were without videos. Now we're back with videos again. But when it comes to kind of what I'm going to have to juggle now, there are things that have sat on the back burner for quite some time, like my blog, because sitting down and doing the Silver Mountain blog has been a bit tough, simply because the sitting down and typing out 1,000, 2,000 words can be time consuming, and when I've got a larger audience for these videos, when I've got a larger long term kind of evergreen audience for these videos as well, it's a case of kind of looking at it and going, right, well, what deserves more time being dropped on it? Should I be paying more attention to the blog or more attention to the videos? Because in the amount of time it takes me to record, like do the research and record maybe 1 or 2 videos, or if they're gaming videos, you know, just playing through them, it can take me about as long to make sure that I've got all of the right notes down, that I've reviewed the right video, that I've pulled up my my right things, and then sat down and rewritten the video, the points from the video, the things that I wanted to talk about for a blog post. Now, though, what I'm hoping is that during the week I can take more time to write blog posts, and then on days when I'm not having to go and focus my attention in other places, I'm going to end up recording for you guys and doing the research and putting out those videos. But obviously, new working process, new schedule, a whole load of new things. And so the way it's going to affect you guys, at least for the time being, is that there may be sporadic videos where sometimes, like today, there wasn't a 2 o'clock video. Now, part of that was because I was like, I'm going to do this live stream. So there are still effectively 2 videos going up today. One of which came out at 5 o'clock, which was the Desolate video that Hannah and I played through, which again went up normally and it was fine. But otherwise, we've got some kind of other stuff going on that's possibly going to mean that maybe later evening live streams like this are going to become a more common occurrence, a more regular occurrence, where maybe Q&As and stuff like that, if you guys are around, if you guys are interested, become a more readily available and consistent thing. But otherwise, the thing that I think might still be fine for me to go and just record and get done will be the gaming videos, because a lot of the time it's either me and Hannah finding time to sit down, and we want to do that anyway. You know, we want to spend time with each other to record stuff, or it's me just going off and playing a game, recording it by myself to relax. In which case, like this evening, I've just come back from work, essentially, or from that work as opposed to this work, and I have sat down, and I'm probably going to do some bits and pieces, but then I wouldn't be surprised if I end up playing a game a little later, in which case it just means that as my focus, as my idea with playing games on the channel has been anyway, in regards to, look, this is time when I can relax with you, you can relax with me, where during the day or when I'm talking as a coach, and when I'm giving you guys information and trying to talk things out with you guys, or giving you guys some perspectives or whatever else, that tends to be more of a, in my mind at the very least, a work kind of thing, where that's my professional capability, my professional skills being applied to your situations, as it were, whilst when it comes to just needing time to relax and stuff like that, just sitting down, chilling with friends, chilling with you guys getting to know me a bit better. That is the kind of thing that that I kind of want to keep doing. So the games are going to still keep happening to one degree or another. As said, with the level of, as I said in a past video and a past live stream, one of the things that I'll be able to do with this extra level of security, because I'm not having to rush stuff, I'm not having to worry about chasing things so much. It means that certain series of videos that I've got all planned out, just haven't had the time to sit down and do the kind of recording of various sections or the building out of various things. I can finally get back on top of those and get those out to you guys. Videos like Warframe videos, where not only is Warframe at times kind of time consuming to dig into, but also, you know, the lore videos that I was doing. I love the Warframe lore. I've been wanting to do more of it. But again, some of the stuff that's there, some of the stuff like the factions, doing a full breakdown of, say, the Infested or the Corpus that we know at least a fair amount about, that still takes time to, in my mind, to do it properly. It takes more time of me practicing with various editing things, as I'm still learning my editing software. And in regards to just sitting down, recording the right stuff, recording the right audio, the right voiceover, making sure that I hit all the right points, all that kind of thing. You know, it takes time. And so I'm going to be looking to do more of those now that I've got the security. I don't need to rush stuff. And so when there may be more sporadic videos, it may very well be because I'm recording and working on those. In regards to more perspective-based stuff, or even fun opinion-based stuff, like I still need to do, what was it, the Death Stranding teaser that came out with Troy Baker's voiced character. I still need to come back and do that for you guys, because that teaser trailer that came out was firstly, it was amazing. Secondly, it opened my eyes to so many things. So, you know, there's that I want to do. Hopefully avoiding a copyright claim this time for the weirdest of things. But it's like, you know, I'll try and get that done. But then in regards to the coaching videos, you know, there's still so much on relationships we can do. There's an awful lot of corporate stuff that I've not touched on, that I still think I still want to, because especially with this new opportunity, I've bumped into it again, the corporate side of things. And there's a lot of misinformation being put out there, a lot of people potentially being screwed over by it, a lot of things that you can kind of defend against in various ways or push back against, and some bits and pieces around that I kind of want to dig into again that I've not talked about in a while. But we'll get stuck into that at some point. But otherwise, the coaching videos are usually the more difficult part of the coaching videos that I do is the research part and making sure that it holds up, either from notes from stuff that I've done or from studies and things that are available to me or that have been used in some of the qualifications I've done and stuff like that. You know, it's making sure that what I'm telling you guys is solid and useful. So, you know, it's making sure that I've got the time to do that, which, again, the research part is the longest part. The recording part isn't too bad. So if I can get, say every morning during a week, I can sit down before I have to really get going and get off to work or something like that. If I can sit down and work through the research for a video, and then I can, as I kind of do in the videos that I do at the moment, where I've sat down, done research, put it all together, and then I'll record all of those videos one after the other after the other. If I can get that done in that way, then that'll be fine overall and in the long run. But yeah, we'll have to see. It might just be a bit sporadic. Thankfully, this job is obviously I've still got stuff to learn, this new thing that I'm doing, because I've only really kicked off properly today. But as a result of kicking off today, I also have all the information I now need to set my schedule up and to set up my kind of conveyor belt of work, my production line, as it were, for you guys. But also, one of the other things that I can do with that money, as I've said before, in regards to the stability that it brings, I can sort out things to do with my rig here, sort out things to do with recording, increase the quality some more, develop the content some more, develop a whole load of other stuff, make a whole load of other bits and pieces work that have been waiting for a little bit of update. And so it's, or me kind of moving on to the next phase of my development plan for the channel and for the media presence, or social media presence, I suppose, that Silver Mountain Coaching has. So I can get onto those with that little bit of extra stability and without using up so much of myself and my resources to cause me a problem or cause me to not run smoothly, as it were. So yeah, it's like this thing that I'm now doing is something I can work hard at without actually really pushing myself outside of my limits too much. So you guys will still get the lion's share of my overall energy and focus, and this is very much between talking to you guys online, sharing useful information affecting your lives, the few of you that regularly watch these videos, or the one or two of you that pop in and out, or even the person that finds maybe just a random video now and again, just to help them out, or just because they enjoy the content. If I can get on top of that, do this stuff, make it all work, then that will be really cool. That'll be really useful. And it means that I'm not going to be moving away from this. My dream job, my dream activity, the thing that I am very good at and that I want to continue to push towards doing, is being a coach, is working with you guys to solve your problems, is achieving as much as possible. But obviously, with the economic and political climate in the UK at the moment, there's an awful lot of uncertainty on the economic front, which throws an awful lot of things into question. And in regards to coaching and HR are usually, coaching, training, stuff like that, usually one of the first places to get cut when it comes to companies tightening their belts. And when it comes to individual people, individual private clients, coaching tends to be expensive. Like, I'm on the least expensive side, and I'm still £90 an hour, give or take, for a session. A brand new coach with one qualification is still only still £75 for an hour on average. Some people drop down to 50, but then again, that's not very many because you have to stay competitive. And so you've got the thing that I do is not inexpensive. It can save you way more money. It can be incredibly impactful. It can solve your problems. And it can work wonders for the things that you want in life, and for you, and just those good things that you want and you grasp at, but can't quite get hold of. So there's that. But again, on the face of it, it's not a product that you can guarantee. There are no warranties or anything like that, because there's work that has to be put in, not just by the coach, but by the person on the other side. You're not just buying a do the job for me kind of consulting service. You are buying the experience and skill set of someone who can kind of aim you, get you on the trajectory that you need to get onto. But again, it's one of these like interventive self-helping, or rather interventive helping but self-destructive, and self kind of it causes a self-erosion, because you don't after you've learned those skills, after you've developed those things, there are a lot of people who have trouble sticking to it, which is why they will have like a life coach for life. But there are also a lot of people who, once they've learned, once they've got it on board, they don't need the help again because they've got those skills, they know what they're doing, and they can just run with it. And that's great to see, but it is kind of self-defeating on the part of a coach or even a therapist or whoever else. You go in, you fix the problem, and then you've lost a client. You go in, you help that person work themselves into the right place, and then they remember how to do it in the future. You never have to kind of tangle with that again, unfortunately. Well, fortunately in one way, but unfortunately in terms of cash flow. So when it comes to this new thing that I'm doing, it allows me that level of stability in currently a very uncertain and in kind of unstable world. And as a result, that's where my mind is at with this at the moment, where I can look for stability. I know what I can do, how I can do it. So I've got the stability on that side, and then I've got you guys doing the thing that I kind of feel like I was put around here for you guys to take advantage of, and that I was put here to do, to a degree. Not in some kind of cosmic way, but just in a case of I have hit certain thresholds throughout my life that have molded me into this thing that does this thing. And so, I've been built into this. Into a coach, into a person that helps others, into a person that is reflective and cuts for clarity as much as possible. That's the kind of person that I'm focused towards. That's the kind of thing that I do. It might not always seem it on the channel, but hey, there's that. But I need to kind of find that balance now, and admittedly, whilst it means effectively doing 2 jobs, not an unusual thing in the modern day and age. But again, the point of me talking about this right now is that I'm going to have to juggle between the kind of working process and the kind of conveyor belt of production that I've been working to at the moment, as well as now following this this new framework, this new schedule that's being laid out before me. So there is a way to balance it out. There is a way for me to do it. I'm going to work towards doing it. It shouldn't be too hard once I am well used to the new environment and the new things that I'm having to do. Obviously, I'm a coach. I'm employing my own coaching methods, and techniques to ensure that I acclimatise quickly, make the most of it, cut to the quick, and get the job done. In which case, as said, it's a situation where I can work hard without actually working hard, so you guys still get the full benefit of kind of as much energy as I can put into either, if you guys are actual clients that I interact with, then great. Otherwise, if you guys are just here on social media, on YouTube most prominently, then that's going to be you're still going to get the same as always. You're still going to get as much as I can possibly give in this regard, and whilst I can do as much as I can possibly do in this regard, but I'm just saying, bear with me. There might be some changes that are more difficult for me. It might be part of the working process that takes more time for me to make adjustments to. It may very well be that that even though I've already got a list of videos that I want to record this week, that I'm hoping to get done and sorted with this week, it might just be that something overruns, or that I get stuck somewhere, or I have extra stuff to do, and so it kind of runs down, and I might have to cut the number of videos I'm producing. So all told, all positive things, all good things. In theory, we should have, on the good side of things, increased production value, projects that I've been wanting to work on for a while, stuff that's been just floating around that I've not been able to get to. The blog should get revitalized and get more content put on it, including stuff that you guys have actually asked for coverage of, so that it's there as a reading resource rather than a watching and listening resource. And then new content should still be coming. And then in addition to that, I can look to, again, continue to to build on some of the suggestions you guys have given me in the survey. If you still haven't taken the survey, it's still in the link in the description. So, you know, feel free to add to it. You know, I've kind of taken the overall numbers so far and looked at the direction that they are pointing. But if you guys have further input, by all means. Otherwise, leave a comment on this video when it becomes an archive on the channel. But otherwise, yeah, I'm positive about where we're headed now. Even though it's meant I've had to take on 2 jobs, even though it's essentially kind of tangentially related to what I'm doing rather than directly related. It's looking to be a lot of fun. It's looking to be very interesting. It's looking to be enriching in various ways for me, and by extension for you guys, and the things that I want to do in the future, the things that I want to achieve. So you know, I'm hoping that I can grow things out, make things develop a bit further and a bit faster. But otherwise, you know, that's all I kind of wanted to talk over and just kind of rumble around with you guys, especially if you guys are watching the video on demand later on. Then you know, I'd love to hear your thoughts, because even though this is a later stream, I know that most of you guys will watch this kind of more significantly later on, rather than, you know, a couple of hours after the last video of the day came out. So, you know, I'd love to hear your thoughts on kind of whether or not you're looking forward to the idea of maintaining kind of the level of content. What your thoughts are on additional content you guys would like to see, what other coaching topics, you know, are there any bits and pieces that you would like me to focus more on? Would you like me to focus more on games commentary and on kind of game lore rather than just playing through games? Because I'll do both, but obviously if you guys are more interested in, again, more thoughts on various lore from Warframe, or more thoughts on my ideas behind game development, on writing games even, because I've spent so much time writing various games in the past, so I could break down the kind of dungeon master, game master thing as a set of videos as well, if you guys are interested, because, you know, at some point I do want to finish putting together the game. The D&D game, by the way, that's sat in a... Well, it's not D&D, but it's a role-playing game, tabletop role-playing game, that has been sat in a book and a folder on my desk for the last year or so, waiting for me to find time, to find people, to put it all together, generate it into some form of workable content, and then throw it out to you guys on the channel. So, you know, if you guys are interested in some of those things, and you'd like me to focus on some of those things, maybe a tad more prominently and stuff like that, please drop me a comment and let me know. Otherwise, guys, I'm you know, just gonna relax for the rest of the evening, considering I've now got more of this schedule to run on with tomorrow. So either way, guys, thank you very much for the couple of you that have tuned in. But otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna call it quits for now. So thank you very much, guys, and I will see you. Well, I'll see you in the video tomorrow at 2 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. GMT, and then also 5 p.m. GMT tomorrow as well, and then we'll see what happens on Friday. I don't know if I'm going to do another live stream like this, maybe a bit earlier, or if I'll do one a bit later, but there'll probably be another live stream on Friday. So, you know, there's that. But otherwise, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you're having a great week, because mine's definitely got better, even if there's more to do and lots to organise and sort out, as I was saying a minute ago. But otherwise, you know, thank you very much again for your support. The YouTube has been messing me around as well lately with its silly bugs and its silly problems and its weird AI kind of driven algorithmic bollocks. So, you know, it's where recently I've gotten another few nice comments and things as well on various videos. thank you very much for those of you that have been here all along. Thank you very much for those of you that have kind of accumulated over time. I very much appreciate you, even though I'm having to kind of put myself out into different things to continue to work. It's not something that often gets talked about in regards to smaller channels and stuff, mostly because for a period, even as a small channel on YouTube, you were able to generate some revenue, but now that that's become a thing that's disappeared, we are back to what was YouTube much, much earlier on, where you would have people who were always surprised that they'd see some of their favourite YouTubers or some of the random people that they recognised online when they were working their job waiting tables and stuff like that. It's like, well, yeah, because YouTube doesn't provide enough. And YouTube actually even put out a questionnaire the other day about it, whereby they went, "Oh, don't hold back, tell us what you think." So I did. I gave them a piece of my mind. I was pretty scathing. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling now, because I'm just rambling tiredly at this point. Yeah, otherwise, I hope you guys have a great week. Again, thank you for your support so far, those of you that actually get to watch this, or those of you that have otherwise been kind of just enjoying the things on the channel. But otherwise, thank you very much, and I will see you in the video tomorrow at 2 PM GMT.